What's up, everybody? So today's video, really exciting. I want to start this new series, and I want to call it "Is It Really Better Than the Movie?" And in this series, I'm going to be reading books and then watch the movie immediately after, so I can tell you which was better. If the movie adaptation was better than the book, or was the book better than the movie? And for the first episode of this new series, we will be reading, drumroll please, The Long Walk by Stephen King. Shout out to my roommate letting me borrow her copy. The movie came out on Friday, I think. Today's Saturday. I've never heard of the Stephen King book before, and I've read 3 Stephen King books at this point. So I'm excited to read this and see what it's about. It's giving like Parable of the Sower by Octavia Butler with like The Walking, and also The Road by Cormac McCarthy. Both books are very depressing, but let's see what he does with this. I'm really excited, and I hope everyone enjoys this video because I feel like these concept videos would be a lot more fun. I just got back from my run. I have to be at work in an hour and a half, so I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna read this for like 30 minutes and then shower and get ready for work and drink my protein shake. I'm gonna do my best to not do spoilers, but I might put a section at the end where there's some spoilers. But I'll do my best not to just say spoilers. Let's get into it.
Why is every single book that he has in Maine? Why is it all set in Maine? What's his fascination with Maine? Someone tell me. We're 4 pages in and he's already talking about some woman's boobs. Yay! Yay! It's like, he's describing this woman, his mom, the boy's mom. He's describing his own mother. He says she was too tall and too thin. Her breasts were almost non-existent. Token nubs. And then he talks about her face and her eyes and how sunken she is and her hair and how she looks like starved. Girl, why did you have to talk about her boobs though? Like, what the? I'm gonna keep reading.
Okay, so I made it to page 28 and I found out what happens within the long walk. 100 boys walk at a 4-mile-an-hour pace. I think it's for as long as they can. There's not like a distance. I don't know yet, but you get 4 warnings, and on the 5th warning, you get a ticket, and they keep talking about the ticket, and I'm like, what is the ticket? We don't know. We found out what the ticket was, and that would be you get killed. The first boy just went down. And of course, with Stephen King, we have to make it sexual. Our main character, we're in his point of view. He like watched the boy get shot, and then he looked up and saw a woman like squatting down, and like he could see her underwear when she squatted down for like under her dress. I'm like, bruh. And then he's like, yeah, he was weirdly aroused. And I'm like, you don't have to talk about that. You don't have to say that. You do not have to bring that up. Like, why are we talking about that? Yeah, we're 30 pages in. And so far, it's pretty interesting. There's a lot of names that I'm having a hard time remembering who's who. But maybe that's the point, is that there's so many names and that these characters don't get fully fleshed out because they're just going to die, inevitably. And that's the whole point of the long walk. It's just these kids get picked off one by one. So why give them personality and depth when they're going to die anyways? I have to get ready for work now, so we'll keep reading a little bit later on in the day. But that's my update so far. We are 36 pages in, and we've already had Stephen King using the N-word. Why does he do that? He's a white man. Why are you using the N-word? And the way it was used, it was as a slur. A white man was using it as a slur towards a black man. Don't you just love that? Yeah, so I'm 67 pages in, which I know is not very far in at all. But I do not know if I can keep reading Stephen King's work because every time he talks about women, he's disrespectful. Every single time. Talking about her coochie and what it looks like and that it's... Sorry. Hairy and cut open. And I quote, I don't like that. I don't like how he refers to women. I don't like how he is so entranced about boyhood and discovering women in boyhood and like their sexual awakenings in boyhood. I don't like that. It makes me uncomfortable. And I've been told that this book is very heavy talking about that. And I don't know why. I don't know what the relevance of that is within them doing the long walk. Maybe it's because, like I kind of said earlier, because they are boys and it kind of shows how young they are, that they're still like discovering women and like sexualizing them. It's just he does not ever describe a woman in a positive way or in a neutral way unless she's old. But then it's like she's old and decrepit. That's my update right now, so I'm gonna keep reading. So I'm on page 180. I have a theory of who's gonna be the final boys. I have 3 in mind that I think are going to be like the final guys, some of the final guys, and that might just be because we've gotten more of them, so obviously they're gonna last till the end. It would be interesting, like our main character that we're like watching this point of view from, does he make it in the end because he's the main character, or are they gonna like kill him off? Is he gonna be the second to last boy? I don't know, because I could honestly see it going either way, but I have a feeling of who else the final boys will be. So far they have been walking for a day and a half, and they've covered almost 150 miles, which is insane to me. Yeah, so far I'm just kind of like, it's all very filler, which, I mean, what else are you going to talk about when you're talking about these boys walking for an obscene amount of time? What else are they going to do? They're going to talk about random shit, and they've talked about that for sure. I'm just excited to see, not excited, I'm interested to see who ends up winning. So hopefully I can finish this book pretty soon. It's about 300 pages, and I'm 180 pages in, so I'm a little over halfway. We back outside again. Ooh, sit again. Damn, I'm on my Britney shit. We the best. I'm outside again. Y'all know that song by Ian? The XXL freestyle. Anyway. Guys, I want to finish this book so bad. I'm tired of reading it. I'm 186 pages in, and I'm tired. I am tired about hearing about these childhood boy issues. I want to read a book about yearning, about male yearning. That's what I want to read about right now.
Don't marry him. You and me.
But I'm determined to finish this book because it's staring at me, and I'm embarrassed when I take it to work and I'm still reading the same freaking book. So we're gonna lock in. It's 3:52, and I'm supposed to run today. I don't want to because I'm tired. I just gotta freaking work. But it's really pretty outside. Look. Wow, it's so pretty outside. So yeah, locking in right now. We'll let you know when we get some headway. We'll see how long it takes me because I have like 110 pages left of this. So if I can finish it today, oh my god, that would be great. And I can actually read something fun. We'll come back later with more updates. Okay, hold on. A quick thing. Before each chapter, Sir King puts a little quote, and he was doing like game show quotes at the beginning, which I thought was interesting because it's a game that they're doing. But he just did one. This is the quote. Do you know why they call me the Count? Because I love to count. Ah ha ha ha. The Count. Sesame Street. Why are we... Maybe it's counting the miles. Maybe they're going insane. But I feel like some of these like intro quotes don't like mean anything. Like they're just like, ha ha ha, this is a game. Like a game show. So we're going to put a game show quote. It's like not adding anything. So that's all I have to say. And I just thought it was kind of goofy. Okay, I'm going to keep reading. I was wrong. The one guy that I thought was going to make it did not make it and actually died in the most crazy, freaking gross way possible. If I have to watch that in the movie, I'm going to Bon Voyage everywhere. I want to keep reading. I don't understand why he has to do this. Okay, basically context. If you don't want any spoilers at all, I'm not going to say names, but if you don't want to know anything about the plot, then don't listen. And I'll put a timestamp where to skip to. Basically, one guy's talking to another, and the one guy, he's been called Killer. His nickname is Killer because they said he got a boy killed. When it's like they're all killers at the end of the day. So this is how they're talking to each other. What will you ask for when you win? Plastic feet, he whispered. I'm just gonna have these ones cut off. Fuck 'em. If they can't take a joke, I'll have new plastic feet put on and put these ones in the laundromat and watch them go around and around and around. I thought maybe you'd wish for friends. Friends? Because you don't have any. We'll be glad to see you die. No one's going to miss you. Maybe I'll walk behind you and spit on your brains after they blow them all over the road. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe we all will. Why do you want to hate me? I don't want to die any more than you do. What do you want? Do you want me to be sorry? I'll be sorry. Well, I'll spit in your brains. Do you want me to touch you too? The whole point of the interaction was just go and mess with bro, I think. Because his friend, like, put him up to it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm almost done, though. I'm at page 257. So I got, like, maybe 50 pages left. Thank God. Let me lock in. I can get this done.
What do you mean, bro? What do you mean?
All right, friends and family. We're going to watch The Long Walk. Now, did I give my review about the book? No. And that is because I forgot to. But I don't know. Do I want to wait till after the movie to give my review of the book and the movie? I think I might. I'm so excited. So, movie starts at 6:20. It's 6:37 right now. But it's okay because it's just the previews. I'm not tripping. I'm kind of scared it's gonna be scary, and like I'm by myself and I don't have anyone to watch it with me right now, and so I don't want to be scared in a big old movie theater by myself. Fuck. But it'll be fine. I'm a big girl, I can do it. And I'm so glad I finally finished that freaking book, bro. Should I get ice cream at the movie theater? I have Wrigley Unlimited, so I get a discount. Or should I get candy? Or should I just chill? Because I ate so much food today from my job, and it was all like fried chicken and like mashed potatoes and cake and cinnamon biscuits. I tried to go on a run, literally got a cramp because I ate too much and I could not run. Big back activities, if I do say so myself. I'll let you guys know about the candy situation.
Hey, I'm Ray Garrity.
Hey, Peter McBreeze.
Nice to meet you.
Okay. So okay. I just got done with the movie. I am stunned. Okay, I'm stunned right now because why did I sob in the movie theater? Why did I literally sob my eyes out in the movie theater? I feel like I need to take a shower. I feel like I need to take a shower and I need to scrub my body even though I just took a shower. I feel like I need to scrub myself down with bleach multiple times. With these style videos, I'm going to discuss 4 main topics. First is going to be what did I like about the book over the movie, and vice versa, what did I like about the movie over the book. Second point is going to be was the plot similar to the book. Third, was the book or the movie better? And fourth, would I recommend reading the book before watching the movie? Okay, so first point. What did I like about the book over the movie and vice versa? Well, the book, what I liked more about the book is that we obviously got more about their thought process, even though a lot of it was disgusting and it was not needed at all. Stephen King sexualizes things so much, but it's always in a negative way. It's never in a positive way, and it just makes you feel dirty and gross thinking about these sexual things that are not needed. The book was more dirty. Not that way. The book was more like gross, made you feel gross reading it, but there wasn't that connection between the characters and the readers to me and the characters among the other characters. I feel like Stephen King's writing is so like flowy, if that makes any sense at all. He always puts so many names in his writing. He always goes on so many tangents just randomly and you have to kind of follow along. It's flowery, floaty, not straight line writing. I don't know how to say that. But do you know what I mean? Like there's not like there is a plot, but he will go off on these tangents without you even knowing. It's like all of a sudden we're over here when we're supposed to be right over here and you're like, "Wait, how did we get there?" And then you have to go back and reread all of it to figure out where we were. So that definitely happened because he would do that and then some major plot point would happen and then I'm like, "Oh wait, huh?"
Huh? What? Oh. Okay.
And then I have to go back and reread it because I didn't know what was happening. So what did I like about the book over the movie? I felt like the book was more real within like the characters. Like there was one character in the movie that he had a scar on his face and he was very secretive about this scar. And in the book, it was more brutal than what he said in the movie. They changed that, what his story was behind his scar. And the book was kind of like I understood why he wanted to hide it in the book because that is not that story that he told. It's not something that I would not associate myself with someone who had that story. But the story he told in the movie, I would be fine associating myself with someone like that. The reason behind his scar. So I feel like there were certain elements in the book, but with like backstories of characters that were more real and like in this dystopian world that they lived in that packed more of a punch and was more realistic because the movie was like it was dystopian, but it was more explained in the movie because there was like a lot of visuals and you could see like what the characters were wearing, the kind of cars that were being driven around. You could see like the different cities that they would walk through and you could visualize what time period they wanted versus the book. Stephen King acts like it's 1955 in every single novel that he writes. And I mean that genuinely. He writes the wording that his characters use is so 1950s, 1960s like, "Hiya kids. What you up to, Tom? Tell that wife I said hello and make sure she doesn't get on my bad side cuz I'm going to set you right." Sort of like that. But something that I liked about the movie is I was a lot more connected to the characters in the movie and the way they spoke to each other. It made more sense being spoken out loud than being read because like a lot of times characters are stuttering because they're in this state of panic because they're walking for their lives and that's kind of hard to read sometimes, but in the movie it was a lot easier to like hear and like visualize and see their like state of how they were. But I think that was one thing that the book kind of did a little bit better than the movies is like these boys were walking for days and days and days on end through sunshine, through rain, through hail, through blood, through going to the bathrooms on themselves, through blood on themselves. They were going through it. And I feel like the movie did not make them look like it. In the book, they were talking about these boys like dragging on. And it's like they just kept like trucking along, especially this one guy. But he's one of the main guys. And he was one of my favorites. He looked peachy in every single scene he was in. He looked good. He looked like he was ready to walk. He did not look like he'd been walking for 3 days. Next question. Was the plot similar? Vaguely. In the book, the main character, Ray, has a girlfriend. In this movie, he did not have a girlfriend, or he said he broke up with her before the walk. He broke up with her, which was interesting. Obviously, they changed the story about why the one character had a scar on his face. They changed the winner of the walk from the book in the movie. They changed it completely. And I loved who they made win in the movie. The book, I was like, cop out. And then you literally saw me. I had to go back and reread it because I was like, wait, what? Wait. wait. I'm gonna go reread it and make sure I didn't miss that. Because I was like, wait, what? And a lot of stuff I missed in the book that they did in the movie. Like with Ray's dad, what happened to his dad. I read it as something else than what they showed in the movie. I don't know if they changed stuff or if I just missed it. Because when I was reading the book, I was so out of touch with the characters. Like I was so not connected. So was the plot similar? Like 50%. The characters were so much better in the movie. Was the book or the movie better? Drumroll, please. The movie was better. I am #1 stan of saying that the book was better. Okay, the movie was so much better. I cried, for some of the characters when they died. Did not cry at all in the book. I was disgusted for most of the book. I was ready for the book to be over for a majority of it. Cried my eyes out like a little baby at the end of the movie. If you've read the book, the watermelon scene, they cut that out of the movie, which I thought was interesting because that was a little like moment of positivity. They cut that out. And I was like, okay. We had a lot less crowd interactions in the movie than we did the book. Because in the book there was a lot more like crowds watching them walk. There was like none in the movie. The movie was better. I would recommend watching the movie because the movie was tea. It was not scary. It was a little gory. One thing that I saw when Stephen King was like giving the rights over for the movie to be made is he said, I want you to see the characters get shot. I want people to see that and it be visual. Boy, oh boy, it was. And he also said that he doesn't like superhero movies because he talks about like the destruction and stuff that happens to the city. You never see anyone get hurt. All of the civilians around, you never see the collateral damage of them getting hurt with these superhero movies, which is like the whole point because they're superheroes. They're supposed to fight crime. They're supposed to take care of everybody, which I thought was interesting because you feel so close to death in that movie. I was literally driving home and I was like, I could get into a car accident right now and I could die. I could flip over 15 different times, break my neck, and die. So this movie definitely brought in that element of like, hey babe, you could die. We're all going to die one day. And whether that is walking for however long you can walk for or old age and you stop breathing one day, you're going to die. That's going to make me crash out. I'm going to have an existential crisis right now. So I think the movie did a very good job of doing that, of making you realize how insignificant life is and how literally nothing is real. Nothing is real. You are forced to go to a job every single day to make money because that's the way society has created this for you, this construct. You could not go to work tomorrow. You could literally live off the grid in a hole somewhere in the middle of nowhere. You could do it. But society has created this idea of what the perfect life should look like. We definitely got more of the dystopian world that they're living in the movie, like I said, versus the book. Because the book, it was just a lot of stuff was happening and you did not know the context of anything. I think that's the whole point, is that you don't understand like what getting a ticket means until you're like in it. One of the characters was saying, I keep thinking I'm going to wake up from a dream and none of this is going to be happening. I thought it was going to be like a little gun that they were going to shoot and it would say bang. You know, in like the cartoons, it would just say bang would pop out, but no one would actually die. No girl, everyone was dying. Everybody was dying. Last point, would you recommend reading the book? I would say yes, because the movie throws you off and you understand more of how these characters are feeling. There was one character, I'm not going to say their name, but they were basically saying that he does not want to die. He does not want to die, and he got shot, and it was like in the book, his like, spoiler alert, I'm going to tell you where to skip. He got shot because he was like couldn't walk anymore. He got shot and his guts were falling out of his stomach and he fell down, stood back up, held his guts in his stomach and walked a couple more steps and got shot like 3 more times in the back, but he would not fall. And they were like, he did not want to die. He does not want to die. Oh my God. I mean, eventually he died but it's so interesting, like the human psyche. It's that mind-body connection that it's like you want to prevent yourself from dying because humanity does not know what happens when you die, does not know what it feels like when you die. Like we can guess and we have faith that certain things happen, but like you do not know for sure. It's that fear of death, babe. And I'm scared of dying. Okay, I'm scared of dying. I'm trying to be chill about it, but I was scared to die. And that movie made me really, really think about it. So I would recommend reading the book, even though the book was kind of trash. I recommend reading it. Like, just tune out the part where they talk about women's bodies and girls' bodies and how their penises were so hard the entire walk and how they wanted to literally have intercourse with anything that walked. Like, just ignore that part and ignore the part about a white man named Mr. Stephen King wanting to say the N-word so bad that he had to say it like 5 or 6 different times in the book. There was no need to say it at all. There was no need. He just wanted to throw it out there. Don't get me started on that. Yeah, I rated the book a 2-star. 2.5 stars. The movie, I'm about to go on my Letterboxd right now, and I'm going to say 4 stars on Letterboxd. Made to Think. It was a made to think movie. Okay, I'm going to end this video here. I've talked way too long. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. I know it's different than some of the other videos I've been doing, but if you have a book that you know was made into a movie or is going to be made into a movie and you want to see me like rate it and read it and react to it, let me know. I would love to. I'm a woman of the people. Do you know what I mean? Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. Absolutely. It was so fun. I love you all. Be good. Okay, and I will see you later. Bye.